Hi, this is Chris Moses with GospelProgressionsUniversity.com, and I'm going to talk about two must-know scales for gospel or church musicians. These two scales you have to absolutely know in order to play church or gospel music. Now, at least church like how I know church, and you'll see what I mean. Now, the scales I'm talking about here, there are two of them. The first one, we'll get right into it without any further ado, is your major pentatonic and your minor pentatonic. Now, these two scales are both five-tone scales. Penta, meaning five, and tonic, meaning tone. So it's five-tone. Versus your major scale, which is a seven-tone scale. This is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Proper. These are all the tones in the major pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Your minor pentatonic would be 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5. I'm sorry, no. 1, flat 3. I'm jumping ahead of myself. 4, flat 5, flat 7. Of course, back to the 1 to complete the scale. Now, you may have heard that before, and you hear that all the time. It's in rock, country, gospel. It's all over. What I'm going to show you here is the one note that distinguishes it. When you hear it, you know, okay, this is either blues or church music. Now, we're going to take a look at something else now. We have our 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay? Now I'm going to introduce this. 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 5, 6, and back to 1. Now, you may say, okay, what's the big deal? The big deal is that now we're taking this pentatonic or five-tone scale and making it into a hexatonic scale. Hexa meaning 6, tonic meaning tone. So now we have our 1, 2, 3, flat 3, 3, 5, 6, and back to 1. We flatten our third for the major pentatonic to give it a blues feel or hexatonic scale. With the minor pentatonic, instead of playing 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, we have our 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, like I said before, I went ahead of myself, flat 7, and back to 1. Now what we can do with that is basically we have our characteristics of blues or gospel music. And this is what gives it that very distinguished sound, where it doesn't sound so much like R&B, it doesn't sound so much like rock. But we have that sound that's integrated with blues. And now we can take that, this is where we build our skills off of. A lot of times you hear a song that's, oh man, I'm not sure if it's in the major or minor with gospel music or church music. Well, essentially it's in both. You can say it's in both because you can end in either one. Because like I showed in the last video, when you're playing these scales, you don't have to say, okay, well, I'm playing the major pentatonic, so I've done that. But now I must proceed to play the minor pentatonic or the minor pentatonic or the hexatonic blues scale and play them separately. We mix and we match because the tonic remains the same. E flat is E flat if we played the major, or it's minor. It doesn't matter. It still remains E flat. It depends on where you want to end. If it's minor, well, make it minor. If it's major, we make it major. But it's a mix between the two. All right? And it's an art form, remember, creativity. Now, let's take a look at just a basic rhythm. So now I'm going to take the pentatonic scale or a portion of the major pentatonic scale and we'll mix and we'll match it. So we'll do something like a 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6. Excuse me, sort of ostinato. Okay, and I'll play this over it. This is all from your major pentatonic scale. Of course, your minor pentatonic, back to major, and I'll do something like that. So let's take a listen to this now. Okay, now that was a simple movement between your major pentatonic and your minor pentatonic, all right? And we took some elements from the minor pentatonic, like the minor 1, okay, with the 7th in there, like we said. Of course, we have this 2 here. That works as well. The 2, of course, being from the major pentatonic. And this is a mixture between a major and a minor pentatonic and your major pentatonic. We can end here and this, or end here. So notice the slide between these two. Okay, we can do that, or we can do something like this. Okay, we can take something like that. And again, it's the same thing. You may say, well, how do I know which scale to use and which scale to end on. Again, we're not looking for a particular scale just to stick to. Like we're ending, okay, this must be in the major pentatonic. We can't leave it. It's still, if like we can even use, if we wanted to, we can throw in a different, I don't want to confuse you with throwing in a different mode, but we can use other modes. But we're going to concentrate right now on these two modes, or these two scales. Your minor blues scale and your major blues scale, or your major blues hexatonic scale and your minor blues hexatonic scale. All right. So again, I hope this has helped you and this has made some sense for you as far as looking at blues scales and as far as looking at how they're incorporated in gospel music. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. You can leave a comment below. You can even inbox me and I can help you. All right. You guys have a blessed day. Take care.